Ladies and gentlemen, it is never my fault. Every time I lose a game of Overwatch, it is always because I've got a terrible player on my team that has made a terrible decision and it has cost us the game. Zenyatta, why? Why Zenyatta? Are you solo ulting? What are you doing, Zenyatta? There's nobody near you. They've got a Genji Zenyatta. He's going to use his ulti. We need your ulti to combat. Oh god, he's just killed the whole team. You've cost us the game, Zenyatta. You have cost us the game. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Stylosa and this is Unit Lost, and it is... well, it's always my team's fault. Now, I think we all suffer from this because it's not really, is it? Like, every game I've sat there, every defeat I've been a part of, and it's been particularly crushing for me because I was 17 points off Master. One more win would have taken the game, and then that Zenyatta, which I just explained, happened. He used his ultimate. It was totally ridiculous. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he did it by accident. I don't even know. Genji comes in, ults, kills us all, and it was like, oh, great. You've cost me the game. But has he really cost me the game? Now, this always seems to be the case in every single game that I lose. And I guess it's the same for you guys as well. You never really feel like it's you who have done anything wrong. The thing is, though, it's very easy to identify when somebody uses an ultimate wrong. When I play Zarya, I don't get her ultimates right all the time. Sometimes I'll fire it at D.Va and D.Va eats it. Well, that was stupid. Sometimes I'll just miss and I don't get anybody. Or sometimes I get everybody and it's great. When I'm playing Reinhardt, maybe I earth shatter the enemy Reinhardt's barrier. Maybe I'm trying to play a bit of mind games with him. I drop mine, he drops his, I drop mine, then I earth shatter, but he brings his up. And, well, my ultimate does nothing. In that case, well, I've not really done anything, and that's a big mistake. And maybe the game sort of... that's a pivotal point. And we're going to lose because those ultimates were not used correctly. But here's the thing. Here's the idea of doing things correctly all of the time. Now, if you look at the players who are at the top of the Overwatch game, we're talking pro players, we're talking players... well, in fact, let's just focus on pro players, but also like players who are high in the ladder, you know, high masters, or even players that are just in masters. They know what they're doing, and they're playing whatever heroes they play exceedingly well. They know the little nuances of those heroes, and they play them consistently well. They might not get the big sort of... wow, I've got a quad kill with Pharah or whatever going on, but they consistently get kills, they consistently do what they need to do, and they will win more games. They will just categorically win more games because they do what they need to do all of the time. And this is the idea, right? It is not your team's fault. It is not that one guy in your team who has caused you a massive problem to lose the game. Now, a little disclaimer here, it could be. It really could be in some cases because maybe they go AFK, right? In which case, yeah, they have. Okay, they've cost you the game. Or they get very toxic and they start spouting abuse at other team members, and then they do like, I don't know, a troll pick and they pick Torbjorn on attack or something stupid. You know, in that case, yeah, you will get that. But what I'm thinking about and what I want to actually talk about are these scenarios that we all seem to be in. Like, I'm in this scenario quite a lot where I feel like I've lost the game. If only this player had done this, then we would have won. But what happens if I actually went back and watched these games back and analysed absolutely everything that I do, and which I do in these videos that I call overanalyze, that I put on the channel, where I talk about certain games that I've had, and I do highlight when I make mistakes and things I shouldn't do and things I should do. Throughout one of those videos, like literally any given one of those videos, there are like 10, 20, 30 mistakes that I make in every single game. If I cut down on those mistakes, maybe it wouldn't matter if Zenyatta used his ultimate at the wrong time because we would have won anyway. Maybe I would have contributed to more eliminations. Maybe I could have played better, which actually would have resulted in, you know, other members of the team being able to have sort of like an increased margin of error on what they're actually doing. I think this is a super interesting topic because the guys that I've been playing with, they all say the same thing. In fact, I said to them, like, I usually play in a triple stack, and they're like, oh, it's never my fault. I've never done anything wrong. It's that guy. And I honestly bet that the guy that used his ultimate incorrectly, or the guy that we think didn't play as well, probably thinks the same thing as well. I mean, another example I can give you guys. I was on Nepal and I was playing Winston, and I had a Zenyatta who was just not giving me the Orb of Harmony. Now, really, a good Zenyatta player would put the Orb of Harmony always on the Winston, just as much as he can. Obviously, you take it off to heal other people if they needed it, because you know the Winston's operating away from the team, or he should be most of the time. Just like a Zarya, right? A good Zarya player will get ready to bubble Winston as he goes in, and a good Winston player will not immediately drop his shield as he lands, because that means he's not going to take any damage for Zarya, so Zarya's not going to get charged. So in that case, the Winston would jump in, the Zarya would shield, the Winston takes damage, then he drops his dome shield down and then carries on in the fight, charging up Zarya in the process. It's all these sort of like little synergies and little things which if you get better at doing them, if you become more accustomed to doing them, you will just get out of whatever rank you're in and you will become a much better player as a result. I've honestly got to work extremely hard now to shift the blame from other people on my team, because I don't know whether it's just like my nature or what, but I look at other people and I think, right, okay, I can probably help you, you know, I'll make a video on this, I'll make a guide on this, I'll do something like this. But really, if I just focus on what I'm doing, maybe I could just cause the win anyway. And really, I should be able to. Because what's been happening in my Overwatch career at the moment, and it is kind of a little bit frustrating, is I'll go on like a 10-game win streak, and then I'll go on like an 8-game losing streak. And it's like, what? And it's happening, it's like so like topsy-turvy like that. It's a bit ridiculous. Alright guys, what I want you to do in the comments below is let me know if you've actually become a victim of this. Do you blame your team other than blame yourself? It's probably a symptom of almost every kind of multiplayer competitive game where you're on a team everywhere, right? Or even like real world sports, you're going to get the same thing. You know, you blame somebody, they caused this problem. You know, just to use a quick analogy with football, if, and this is soccer, so if like an attacker's through on goal and the defender falls over and then the attacker's got a free shot and he scores, you could blame the defender and say, oh my god, the defender fell over, what was he doing? But what about all the moments that led up to the attacker actually getting the ball? You know, maybe there were 3 or 4 tackles that were missed. If you were one of those players and made the tackle that you should have made, then that would not have happened, okay? So I think it's kind of similar to that. Alright guys, I'm in Stylosa, this is Unit Lost, and I just wanted to say, it's not always your team's fault. Even if somebody does make a massive mistake, don't worry about that. Think about what you can do better. If you can record your own games, maybe using Shadowplay or any kind of capture software, do that and watch them back. Because until Overwatch has got a replay function in it, this is the only way that you're actually going to learn from your mistakes, because I notice a lot of people just keep playing the game over and over again and making the same mistakes. You have to learn. You have to watch other people play the game. Talk to other people that play your heroes and then learn from that. Alright guys, I'm in Stylosa, this is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and I'll catch you next time guys. Toodaloo.